Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday. If you are joining us live for the first time, welcome. We have so much in store for you, and I love connecting and collaborating. So make sure that you're staying here with us, dropping in the comments, and let's start this party. Yes. All right. Oh my gosh, I just got my second win. I'll be honest. Um, we went down to, I should say, or up to, I suppose, to Colorado Springs today, down at the Broadmoor, where I was speaking at this incredible group of women, dynamic, amazing women. And, when you get that hit of adrenaline, um, it's always, it takes you a moment to come back, but I got my second win. So I'm here with all of you tonight. So thank you for being here. Drop it on. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. So I got a call from my producer today, Mary. And she's like, okay, Martha Stewart. Okay. She's making major headlines on everything about, her being featured on Sports Illustrated Swimsuit edition magazine cover. And I'm like, yeah. And she's age 81, folks. I kind of forget that. I don't know about you, but I timestamp people in real life. So when I meet you, be grateful because I timestamp you and you never age, okay, in my life. And so I think I have Martha Stewart's age, timestamped at like 45. I mean, anyone else do that too? Like timestamp people? Not only do I timestamp, but if you gain weight, lose weight, gain hair, lose hair, I also timestamp you, and that reality doesn't happen either. So come be my friend. All right. So okay, so there's a lot of chatter. I mean, I just went and did some Googling of my own to kind of see what's being out there and being shared. And, whether you like her or not, let's set those comments aside for a second. Do not blow up and put nasty grams, okay? Because, she's had her fair share of things that are not appropriate, things that are illegal. I get it, okay? But we're talking about being 81 and being on the front of a swimsuit cover. Sports Illustrated, no less. Okay, so here's a couple hacks for us. You just want to come up here, don't you? Okay, can everyone just say hi to Dots Digger? Like, hi to Dots Digger. All right, I'm sitting outside, honestly, because it is so hot in my house right now. And we don't have the heater on. We don't have the air conditioner on. And it's just hot in my house. I'm like, I've got to come out here. And I see lightning off to the distance. So if I have to make a run for it, folks, that is why. We might be shutting this down shortly. Okay. All right. So my first hack, okay, to keeping yourself young and looking amazing, okay? Let me I'm going to back this up because I'm going to share a story that some of you have not heard before. And that is this. When I first started going into my career as a therapist, okay, I would have to go work and meet with doctors and physicians was our primary referral source. And what was so interesting is because I'm going to try to find a photo of me like day one as a therapist. I looked like I was literally 12 years old. Like, no joke. I'm like this tall. I had, like, oh my gosh, I had this one picture of mine. I'm going to try to find it. I'm going to post it so you guys can see it. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I looked 12. Anywho, I had such a hard time convincing people that I knew what I was talking about, that I was educated, that I was competent enough to do this, right? And so this is so interesting is because I looked young. My skin was really taut and tight, and I just looked amazing. And no joke, I kept telling myself, okay, I gotta look older because they're not giving me the time of day, because there's always a line of questioning. If anyone else has ever been in my boat, please comment because I want to know. They would do this line of questioning. When did you graduate? And it wasn't like, what university did you graduate? It would be like, when did you graduate? When did you get licensed? And they're like trying to find out like, how old are you, right? And so I came up with some creative responses, I'll be honest. One of the responses, which was like, let's just call the elephant out, right? I'd be like, okay, you know what? I know I look young, right? I said, I have a fabulous plastic surgeon. That was one of my responses. The other response is like, I know I look young, but when I'm in the nursing home, 90 years old, looking like I'm 60, I'm going to rock that nursing home, right? And so those were some of my responses that I came up with because it was awkward. It was really painful and it was awkward. But what happened, and I got to pull these pictures out too. Maybe we'll do a picture book of Terry here. When my daughter was in second grade, the second grade teacher, it was Valentine's Day. Will not forget this day. Okay, imprinted in. I was there volunteering for her Valentine's Day party. And the teacher said, let me get a picture of you and your daughter. And I'm like, oh, how cute. And so she takes a picture of me. And I no joke, my forehead was super wrinkled. Okay, this was worse. Okay, it's taking me some time to get this back. Okay, I'm working on it. Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am literally aging myself. Like, I am like, again, what we think about, we bring about, right? And I was literally aging myself. No joke. And so then she took this picture of me, and I remember the day I'm like, oh my, is that what I really look like? Right? I mean, the power of our intention, which comes to my first point, is our mindset. Okay. Our mindset around the aging process. Okay. I will tell you, like, and I'll teach you some other hacks, like what I'm doing right now with my face, and I'm doing facial yoga and all this other stuff, right? So I had to like start ripping around, shaping it into back in shape. But your mindset has a powerful, plays a powerful part in the aging process. I truly believe this. I have met 3 incredible beings in my life. I've been blessed with these amazing beings in my life, and each one of them had different stories, but they all came into my life and really taught me that age it is just a number. It literally is just a number. And meaning that we don't have to attach ourselves to that reality. Okay. We can be as young and as healthy, as vibrant that we've ever been. I mean, I've been blown away sometimes by people that I've met that are in their 80s and 90s. I was one time running. Well, I was not running. I was with my neighbor. We were walking up, oh my gosh, what is it? It's in Colorado Springs, the big one, not the little one, not my, oh my gosh, why? The incline, okay? The incline, the big one, that's like 2,100 or, 2,000, 22,000 or 2,200 steps, okay? The big one, okay? And I'm going up, and I'm going up at a decent pace. And this guy zooms by me, and I'm guessing that he's like in his early 70s, okay? Zips by me, okay? And I was like, well, that was kind of insultive, but okay, whatever. I'm keep going up, right? And I'm up, okay? And then he comes down and he meets me. I'm still going up, folks. He comes down, okay? I'm like, okay, that's really insultive, okay? And then I still going up, okay? And no joke, I am not making this up. Betsy can attest to this. Okay, he comes back up and passes me again, okay? And I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, dude, like, tell me, what are you training for? What are you running from? Like, I want to know. I want to be in this. If there's a bear, I want to be in, right? And he says, I am 76 years old. And I forget what it was. He wanted to do this incline. I think it was like, I don't know, it was like 106. There was like a weird number. It wasn't like a 75. It was like 106 times in the next 3 months. So he's like, he averages 3 to 4 times. And if you've ever been here in Colorado Springs doing the incline, you know how grueling it is. And actually, we saw paramedics come up, and I had to stop them for a second and say, okay, like, tell me about, like these injuries and stuff like this, like what happens. And they have to manually go up by foot. And they said at least twice a day they get called out. I mean, this is no joke, really hard. And it's harder to come down the stairs. They actually don't recommend it. It's not safe. Okay. And this guy was like zipping up like it was like, I don't know, cotton candy. He's like floating on candy. I don't know. but it was amazing, right? And so I truly believe that if we think we're young, right? I had an individual in my life and she was 70 years old. She looked 50. She acted 40. Was such a gift to my life. And I was just blown away by her spirit. And you know what? And sometimes I think, and she totally lied about her age. I loved it. It was in all playful spirit, but she would always tell people she was 50, right? And I honestly think to this day, she believed she was 50, right? Like, I think she's like, I'm just going to embody the spirit, right? And so I think mindset has a huge part. Obviously, I'm working my hiney back off to reverse the aging process, okay? Because why did I think I had to be this certain way or look this certain way to get respect or to get attention in that way? And I was like, no, I'm gonna look young, and because I truly, I don't have to prove myself. I've done the work. I've done the degrees. I've done all of that. I get to show up as the way I get to show up. Now it took me some time, but I wrapped it around it, right? So I'm going back to my youthful look, okay? And I had this other individual, like I am just blown away by him. He is continuingly to do ultras and um like all these incredible, like I've done a marathon before and I have full respect for anyone who does anything, beyond 6 miles, right? Like I'm just saying, but I'm just in awe of this. And so it's the way we treat our bodies, it's the way we treat our minds, right? And here's the thing is our reality, we are living our reality, and reality gets created twice, once in our mind and once in physical reality. And if we tell ourselves we are young, healthy, youthful, we can do tough stuff, we can do these big races and whatever, the mind will prove us right every single time. And the body is along for the journey, right? And I just think it's absolutely brilliant. And I always love when, folks are, diagnosed with, and not that I love people being diagnosed with stuff, but I love the fact that when they say, you know what, no, I'm sorry, bye-bye cancer, bye-bye, terminal, whatever, I'm going to live. And there's so much research that shows the power of the mind, and people who keep positive and just know within their knowing that they can heal their bodies. It's absolutely astounding, of the research that's out there, that's, people become like what they call miracles, right? And so that's the power of our mind. If we can do that on our bodies, if we can do that, and like, what else is possible, right? So your mindset matters when it comes to staying youthful, looking for youthful. And if that says, you know what, I'm going to embrace this essence of whatever, embrace the essence, right? I joke that I embrace the essence of I'm a tall person, right? I do feel like I am like, solid 5'6". I'm but I feel it. I feel like when people come to me, I'm like, yeah, right, because I've embraced that essence of that, right? So what's the essence of your energy? What's the essence of your being that you would like to embrace around your age, or around your health, around your vitality, around your, like, right? Like, what is that? And like, let's speak it into life, right? Oh, it's so juicy. Okay, so I'm moving on. Number 2 is really just taking care of our skin. Like, right? Like taking care. I mean, our skin is as they say, the biggest organ of our body, right? And we've got to take care of our skin. And I learned that the hard way, right? I was just sharing that, saying I did bring out a little treat for you guys, and not can I share it with you, but I'm so my good friend she has taught me how to make face popsicles. This is one of my life hacks, I'm telling you. I hope they don't melt too much because they are frozen, and I'm out here and I can feel them little. Okay, she got these on Amazon, these little molds, and I don't know what they're called, but they're amazing. Okay, and so you take all the big aloe plants, okay, the big ones, bloop, and you scrape it out, plop it in a blender, add 1 or 2 teaspoons. That's it, of water, blend it up like your heart's content, and then you just fill these in here. Now, I personally researched. I love essential oils. This is no surprise for people that are in my life. And I researched which essential oils are best for the face, like tightening and brightening and pull it, I don't know, like whatever the other things. And so I do have a concoction. I am happy to share this recipe with anyone who wants it. Okay, so this one, oh, this is a brand new one. Oh, here, let me pull up. I'll give a new one since my old ones. And then literally, and I'm not going to put this on necessarily, but and it was so funny when Em told me, but she's like, make sure when you put these on, like it's cold. And I'm like, well, duh. And then like, I didn't realize how cold it was. They're like, "Ah," but it is cold. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I'm going to do it right there. Okay, I'm going to dinner right after this, so I don't want to. But okay, whew, I just really wanted to put this on. Okay, I'll probably okay, but I wash my face at night, and these smell so good. I wish we had like I'm sure the AI is gonna be like, oh, we now have scent vision. It's so they're so yummy smelling. Okay, and so I literally wash my face, and then I do my face yoga with some coconut oil, literally, and then I do all these like facial exercises. Okay, and I realize I can notice the days that I don't do it, honestly, because I do, anyway. But then afterwards, and these are great because they're so cold, obviously, and you just and I just kind of like again just go around. If I tried one time, I'm like, if I put more on, does it make it better? Here's the thing: when you try to put more aloe vera on, it just flakes off. So just one time is all you need, okay? And then you can do your neck. I need to do more work on my neck. I'll be honest, okay? Mary knows that I've had many a times like trying to play with like last minute on the shoot, like going, oh my gosh. Anyway, I got to work on this more. I do neglect that, I will say, but I'm working on this part, right? Anyways, these are fabulous. Okay, I might have to like try to find the link and put a link in here like this. Oh yes, you want to try to use the face? We should have like a face popsicle night, like seriously, like a facial night or something. Like these are just amazing, and they last a really long time. I think this lasts me about 6 months. I'll be honest. Okay, love, 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 love them. And then the facial yoga, love it. And I'm always trying new things. I'm always researching like other things that I do. And I've used so many products. I'll be honest, like I've been like a product junkie lately in the last like year. Okay. Because, I've been noticing more and more wrinkles appearing on and I don't really necessarily mind the laugh lines. I don't know what that light is like because I just feel like, the more laugh, I mean, this just means that I laughed a lot and I am okay with that. Like I really do enjoy the laugh lines. I'll just be honest. I think it's just an indicator of a life well lived, right? All right. Now the last, or I'm actually going to share two more, and one comes up. I was texting Mary and she was sharing like, she's like, one of the things that I do is like just worry less, right? And this is so true. When we have stress, we're in stress responses, obviously we are creating more cortisol that's running through our systems. When we're in stress, it has an impact obviously on our bodies, right? And so the less we can stress, the better it is for our skin and our health, right? On all levels, right? And so, here's the thing I will tell people, when I was a therapist for years, again, like we can get caught up in these little stories, and these stories can just be like a little mayhem. That's what we should call it, a little mayhem up there, and they can create quite the ruckus, right? And what happens is we just start to spiral in our head. But if we can just pause on that and delay the anxiety, delay the stress about, because oftentimes we are stressing things about the things that we're stressing about, we have no control over. Honestly, we don't, right? Or we're thinking about it in the future, and it's so far in the future that we can't even really get our hands wrapped around it, or our thoughts are wrapped around it. And there's a bazillion things that's going to happen before that even happens that we don't even know really what's going to look like when the day it shows up, and it's like, okay, time to stress out, right? Or we're thinking about all the things in the past, which we have no control over because the past is the past, right? And I remember this part on Simba, on Lion King, and he like whacks him in the head with a stick, or whack a stick, and the little, I don't even know the monkey's name, and Simba was like, why'd you do that? And he's like, it doesn't matter, it was in the past. And like, again, it's like one of those things that we can get locked into it. Now, here's the thing about the past. I truly believe that the things that are showing up in our past are here to teach us, guide us, understand it, to work through it, to uncover old, like all of it is yummy. Okay. And how do we move through it with peace and ease? And how do we move through it, even in the most painful things? I will tell you, I will be the first to tell you, I've gone through many, many traumas. I've gone through many, many disappointments. I've gone through many, many heartbreaks and heartaches and all of it in between. And there's been times, I think I've shared this on here before, is that there was a time when I was younger that I had some really not okay thoughts. Okay. I'm going to keep this child friendly right here, but very scary, very, very, very dark, dark days in my life. And so grateful that I was able to understand why that was showing up in my life and allowed me to work through it, right? That doesn't mean that I live in the past of stressing about that, right? And so how do we work through those things and become more resilient, become more empathetic, more understanding, more, our better versions of a better parent, a better mom, a better sister, a better whatever it is in our lives that are showing up. And so, if we can just give stress a little place. Sorry, I just got distracted by this visual. Like, look how cool this is back here. Look at this. You see that? Like, very story. My photographer would say this has lots of drama. So you're seeing behind me lots of drama. Oh my goodness, you're shaking like a little noodle. Yes, you're shaking like a little noodle. Okay, come up here. Come up here. All right. So if we can create a little stress, and again, give it in a good way. I have another video that we just did. I had these around. I broke down some really great tools that you can do when you're feeling anxious. Okay, so go check that video out. I don't know that we've posted it yet. It is in the hopper to come out shortly. So it's all about tips and tricks to reduce the anxiety. Okay, aka stress. All right. And the last one I'm going to share with you is just grabbing some exercise. And exercise can come in any way that makes sense. I think I used to be like, I'm going to totally this. Like, everyone was like, you have to run, you have to get in shape, and you should, and I realized that running was just not my jam. It was for a while, and then it wasn't. And it's okay. Oh my goodness, can you see him? He's just shaking like a little leaf. Okay. Hi, buddy. It's been lightning here. So, but here's what I'm going to invite you to do. Exercise on your terms and what it makes sense for you. And if there's an activity, I mean, it could be fly fishing for all that matters to me. I mean, what are those things that that gets your juices going? And I think you can make an excuse for any type of exercise that brings. I love hiking. I love my dance class. Like, I really do enjoy it. I do like having that moment of like, yeah, like we've had like a little workout, but what are those things I'm loving pickleball, and I'm going to do more of that this summer. But what are those things that bring you joy, that you get just thinking about it makes you excited? So I'll give you an example. I like to snow ski, but I don't like to think about it until I get there. Okay. It is one of those things that I'm like, do we have to go? Do we have to get up at 5 a.m? Do we have to wear 400 layers? Do we have to have runny noses? And right. But when I'm in the moment of it, I'm good. But for me, it's you tell me, let's go water skiing, 5 a.m., still dark out. I'm like, honey, I'm going to be there. Like, I'm excited. I'm going to be waking up like we're going to Disneyland. Okay. Super excited. Like, right. So here's my point is finding the sports that get you jazzed up about it versus the ones that you have to, like snow skiing for me. I'm like, because I don't like the energy. You feel the energy when I'm like, do I have to? Oh, can I just sleep in? Oh. But once I'm in it, like, I'm good, right? But I think a lot of times we power through that. Like, I'm inviting us to think about exercise in a different way and looking at how do we actually get excited about it from it's from the get-go, and how do we use that to fuel ourselves forward, right? So staying active, being active, obviously drinking water is really important as well. There's days when I'm better than others with the water intake. I have this great new app, and I've been doing wall yoga, it was just great, and I feel like it's portable, which is great. I was in the hotel not too long ago, and I was doing my wall yoga, and it's great because you don't have to have equipment, you don't have to have special devices. You don't have to go to a special field or special whatever. It's right there. Anywhere you have a wall. And I think you could do it without a wall, honestly. Anywho, so what is it that you enjoy? Because I think that if your desire is to make it on the swimsuit cover, you deserve to be on that swimsuit cover at any age, and especially if you're 81, 91, 101. I don't care. I think, good on her for being brave, being courageous, because I know that she thought about, this is going to be a little spicy, this is going to probably excite people and probably make some people upset, right? And so I say, you do you, boo. And if you are taking care of yourself, good on you. Be the messenger, be the role model for others to do the same and following the same footstep, right? All right, my friends, those are some of my hacks. I'd love to hear from your hacks. Like, drop in your favorite hacks. Drop in the comments below. What have you done? What do you love? I would love to learn from you, especially if you have some like reducing the wrinkles, special magic wand tricks. I would love to hear about it because that's what I'm doing. We might have to do a special episode with all your hacks, okay? So drop your hacks below. Tell me what you're doing, what you're loving. And yes, let's keep this conversation going offline as well. All right, my friends, please subscribe, follow, hit that notifications bell. We would love to connect with you and share with you more resources, more tools, and just more juiciness so that you can really support you, your loved ones, and everything that you're doing to just be the best version of yourself. And I truly believe that when we are in alignment with what we are doing and who we are and what we are here to do, our life purpose, we absolutely can live with purpose and passion and our potency. And that's when life gets really, really amazing. And we all deserve to be in that place and space. So thank you so much for joining us. As always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love to all of you, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.